Texas Penal Code, actively engaged in employment as a sworn, full-time paid employee of a state agency or political subdivision. Do you understand that condition? Okay. Now, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond can be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. You'll be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. You're going to get your reset and a copy of these bond conditions. Once you get a copy, you reset in these bond conditions, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. All right. And you're free to go as well. Ms. Norman, you have a blessed day. I need to get this here. We're gonna have to make a copy of this here.
Let me get a copy of the bond condition.
The last one to watch.
That's the last one?
Yeah, you already made copies, right?
Oh, yeah, it came back wrong, printed out the wrong way. I'm gonna make 2 copies. Huh? No, I did.
Randall Denton. Good morning. This is cause number 23CCCR 2126, case of style of state of Texas versus Randall G. Denton. Mr. Denton, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Denton?
Good, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Denton, you're represented in your case by attorney Alec Comerford. Mr. Comerford, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Judge. How about yourself?
Doing fine, thanks for asking. State is represented in this case by attorney Andrew Hubel. Attorney Hubel, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. Thank you.
And Mr. Comerford, what is your announcement in Mr. Denton's case?
We just are gonna need a reset. We're gonna plea the next time we're here, but we gotta file some ODO paperwork.
So you're gonna reset it on the plea docket?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna give you a reset. I need a reset.
Who is this judge?
It says, Randall Denton, page 1 of the announcement docket. It's my page 1.
Fails to land. You don't announce me that.
Yes, it's, you can reset it for plea.
Okay, well,
Put on a plea docket.
12 and 9.
We do. January.
You think January is,
December 9th, okay? We could do it. December 9th. Okay, December 9th.
okay, we're gonna reset it to December 9th, 2024. Mr. Denton, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, too.
All right, and you're free to go as, is this your on your case?
Yes.
Okay, you're free to go as well,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Comfort. Okay, everyone that's on Zoom, make sure your mic's on mute. Yeah. Oh, hold on a minute. Mouse. Okay, who you have?
Yeah, Captain Blake, the judge. It's on the trial. Still waiting for that.
Haven Ben Blakeney.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, you say you still haven't received your blood discovery?
Yes, Judge. It was filed on, the order was filed on 10/11, so I don't expect to have it back this fast.
Okay.
Decided filed November, October 11th.
Okay, let's see. Give us a reset date for trial.
And Judge, on December the 9th, I'm under order of protection at 260th.
Okay, which is 16. We have order protection out of Orange County.
Yes, Judge. It's on the sexual assault case.
We docket is it on?
It's on the trial docket, page 4, the first case. We're gonna keep it on the trial dockets for December the 16th. Yeah, we'll reset it to December 16th for trial.
Thanks, Judge.
You can get your reset. Once you get your reset, Mr. Blakey, you're free to go. And once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have another case?
Just one more, Judge, Terry Lewis.
Okay. Terry Tyrone Lewis.
On your sheet. He's asking. He's gonna.
Judge, I originally had filed, I'm sorry.
Hold on. You just need to sign this sheet like this. Okay, okay. Lewis. Okay, this is cause number M332556, case of style of state of Texas versus Terry Tyrone Lewis. And Mr. Lewis, is that your full name?
Yes.
How are you doing, Mr. Lewis?
Thank
That's good. Now, Mr. Lewis, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Brenna Mitchell. Attorney Mitchell, what is your announcement in Mr. Lewis's case?
Judge, we're on the trial docket. And there's still going to be trial. We're still waiting on the blood discovery to come through. It was, order was filed on 6/25 of 24. I've spoken with the state this morning. They're looking into it to see where it's at, if it's on its way or if it's here.
Okay, we're gonna keep this on the trial docket.
Yes, Judge.
Blood discovery. This is Lewis, Terry Lewis, he's right below Blakeney. On the trial docket.
Same day.
Yeah. That's 12/16, which is December 16, 2024. Mr. Lewis, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. And
Thank you.
Mr.
Thank you.
Mitchell, you're free to go as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you have a blessed day.
You as well.
And we have Mr. Kai Binowski. Binowski. This is cause number 24CC 1522. Case is style of state of Texas versus Kai Joseph Binowski. Mr. Binowski, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Binowski?
Well, Judge. How are
Yes.
you?
That's good. Now, Mr. Binowski, would you please raise your right hand? You swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
You may put your hand down. Mr. Banowski, you're represented in your case by your attorney, B. Eric Franklin. Franklin, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Judge. Thank you.
That's good. And the state is represented in this case by attorney, Simmons. Attorney Simmons, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Banowski, Mr. Franklin, do you waive a record in
Yes.
Mr. Banowski's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Banowski, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Ty Joseph Banowski, on or about April 28th of 2023, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense, driving while intoxicated with an open container state. Are you abandoning the enhancement paragraph?
We are, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Banowski, the state is abandoning the enhancement paragraph. And what that basically means is ordinarily a Class B misdemeanor with an open container is the range of punishment is minimum 6 days to a maximum of 180 days in the county jail, and a fine that does not exceed $2,000. Now, because she is abandoning the enhancement paragraph, the range of punishment is not, the minimum is no longer 6 days, but the minimum is 3 days to a maximum of 180 days, and a fine that does not exceed $2,000. Or you could be given both such fine and confinement. Do you understand the range of punishment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now. Make sure that's on. Oh, I'm supposed to check this box. It's the box that say Class B misdemeanor, DWI. Just erase the one that you.
Yes, Judge.
Yeah, now, Mr. Banowski,
Yes.
I also, now, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And do you, now, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I plead no contest.
Now, you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Banowski, I also have before me a document on my tablet that is, let me just scratch through this. I also have a document on my tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Now you'll see my initials here. I just scratched through where it said open container. It says driving while intoxicated and it had open container. I scratched through that, so it's just a driving while intoxicated. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna put driving while intoxicated first. All right. Now, on page 2 of this document, I guess that's your signature on the line that's next to the box that's checked, no content, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And on page 3 of this document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
And on the next document, that's got a trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
It is.
At the top of this document, there's one box checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
I also have another document that's titled discovery certification. On paper, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Banowski, before you sign and initial all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney, Mr. Franklin, go over these documents with you?
He did.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes,
And Mr. Banowski, are you a citizen of the United States?
I am.
State Officer States 1.
Any objections to States 1?
None, Your Honor.
No objections. States Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Franklin, you advised and counseled Mr. Banowski. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Banowski, your attorney, Mr. Franklin, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
I am.
has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
He has.
Mr. Winalski, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 1 year deferred probation, $500 fine, 40-hour community service, DWI first standard conditions of probation and interlock.
What is the court cost?
$392.
Okay. Mr. Banowski, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you're required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $392. You'll be required to pay the DWI conviction fine of $100. You'll be required to pay probation fee of $60 a month, or your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the date of plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $173 a month. Will you be able to pay the $173 each month?
Yes, Your Honor.
You'll also be required to perform 40 hours of community service, install an interlock device in any vehicle that you own or operate, attend and complete a DWI education class, have an alcohol assessment, and adhere to the other standard terms of DWI probation. Now, Mr. Podolsky, do you understand the state's offer?
I do.
And do you think that is fair and just?
I do.
And do you accept the state's offer?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Banowski, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into today. Mr. Banowski, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, Mr. Banowski, you're gonna stand next to the bailiff, follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Attorney Franklin, is this your only case?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
You're
Your
welcome. Drew Garner. Oh, shoot, okay. This is cause number 23 CCCR 1825. Case of style of State of Texas versus Drew Anthony Garner. Mr. Garner, is that your full name? Mr. Garner, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Garner, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God? Mr. Garner, you may put your hand down. Now, Mr. Garner, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Mel Shalander. Do I have Garner's other case? Oh, this is it, okay. Are you representing your case by your attorney, Mel Shalander? And Mr. Shalander, how are you doing?
Okay for an old fellow.
And Mr. Shalander, do you waive a record in Mr. Garner's case?
We did.
At, 1825. Mr. Garner, in cause number 23 CCCR 1825, I have before me a document that is titled information sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, Mr. Garner, it alleges that you, Drew Anthony Garner, on or about December 21st of 2022, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of DWI. State, are you abandoning the enhancement paragraph?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, the state is abandoning the enhancement paragraph in this case. What that means is, instead of you being charged with a Class A misdemeanor DWI, you will be charged with a lesser included offense, Class B misdemeanor offense of DWI. Do you understand? Now, to the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? And are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Garner, I also have before me a document on my tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that says check nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And check it. Okay. And on page 3 of this document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Right.
And on the next document, that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The top box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain agreement and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Okay.
The bottom box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Garner, before you sign and initial all of these documents that I just showed you, Did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you understand everything that your attorney went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Garner, are you a citizen of the United States? State,
See you for 6-1.
any objections?
Okay.
No objections. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Shalander, you've advised and counseled Mr. Garner. Is there any evidence that mentally incompetent to? And Mr. Garner, your attorney, Mr. Shalander, who has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Mr. Garner, I will accept your plea of no contest. That you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement is to 1 year deferred probation with a $200 fine, community service waived in this case, the installation maintained of an interlock device, and DWI for standard conditions of probation. The companion case, the UCW, is being dismissed for forfeiture of weapons involved to the Belmont Police Department.
Okay. What's the score clause?
392.
3, 2. No, I'm saying, that was a $200 fine, that's what it looks
Yeah,
like.
200.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Mr. Garner. The state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $200 plus court costs of $392. You'll be required to pay a DWI conviction fine of $100. You'll be required to pay probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is, the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation is $137 a month. Will you be able to pay the $137 each month?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You will also be required, well, you will not be required to perform any community service. However, you will be required to install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. You're required to attend and complete a DWI education class. You'll also be required to have an alcohol assessment and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. And as part of this plea bargain, the state is requesting to forfeit the weapon in clause number 23 CCCR 1824, which is a companion case. I have before me a motion to forfeit that weapon to the Beaumont Police Department. Mr. Garner, do you recognize this motion? And is this your signature on the line as titled defendant? Now, before you sign this motion, did your attorney go over this motion with you? And did you understand everything that your attorney went over? And is everything in this document true and correct? Okay, the court is going to grant this motion to forfeit the weapon to the Beaumont Police Department. And Mr. Garner, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Okay, Mr. Garner, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Garner, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Mr. Garner, please stand next to the bailiff, follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Shalander, is this your only case?
Yes, sir.
You're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, Beatrice Pollard.
Yes, Your Honor, she's up on Zoom. And then I also have a Brunson.
Okay, Beatrice Pollard, would you please take your mic off of mute?
Looks like she's giving
Yeah,
it.
trying to,
She's working with it.
yeah.
Sometimes if she's on her phone, it.
Okay, hello,
Okay. How you doing, Ms. Pollard?
I'm blessed. How about you, sir?
Blessed and well. Thanks for asking. Now, Ms. Pollard, you're represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. And Attorney Paget, how are you doing?
Doing well. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Now, Mr. Paget, what is your announcement in Ms. Pollard's cases?
This will need to go on your plea docket, Your Honor.
Okay, give us a
All
reset.
discovery's been reviewed.
She's on page 5 of the announcement docket. Might be different from yours, but announcement docket.
Well, that's where it's gonna go.
That's where it's gonna go. He wants to plead.
Sounds good, thank you.
Okay, this case will be reset to December 9th, 2024. Ms. Pollard, the case is being reset for a plea December 9th, 2024. You need to be in court in person on that day.
Okay,
Your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your recess. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
I'll call.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Brunson, Your Honor. It's,
What docket is?
I want to say it should be on the
Pre-trial.
docket or pre-trial. Pre-trial. If I could, let me it's Miss Simmons' case. Let me make sure she's submitted.
Oh, she's dismissing it?
Go ahead and make it submitted. That could be my daughter, you know.
Okay, this
You
is
could be.
cause number 23CCCR 1878.
Brunson. I just.
Case is styled in state of Texas versus Niaja Brunson. Ms. Brunson is appearing via Zoom. How are you doing, Ms. Brunson?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for that.
Thank you.
Mr. Brunson, Ms. Brunson, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. And the state is represented by Haley Simmons. Now, Ms. Simmons, what is the state's position in this case?
The state's dismissing this case, Your Honor. I'm just waiting for the tablet to load and I'll send it in momentarily.
Okay, now, Ms. Brunson, your case is being dismissed. Your attorney will be given a copy of your dismissal. You need to get a copy of your dismissal, you can get it from your attorney, or you can get it from the county clerk's office. You're free to go, because this will conclude your case, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, you too.
Okay. And Mr. Patrick, you'll be able to get your dismissal in a few
Yes, Your
minutes.
Honor. No problem. I
Yeah.
understand. I'm not in a hurry. I have work to do down the hall, so I'll just come back. May I be
Okay, that's
excused
fine,
for a
yeah, you
moment?
may be excused.
Not on Blaze, Your Honor.
Oh, it's not?
An off-docket member.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, he is Prince, he's in custody. Is,
Yes, sir. Who you need?
oh, he has a felony case. Terrence Prince, he's probably,
You ready for him to come out?
if his felony is disposed of,
Let me check.
okay, hold on.
reset.
Okay. We're waiting for, he might be back there. She's checking to see if he's back there.
He's still on the way, Judge.
Okay, so they hadn't reset the case, well, so you saying that they're gonna reset it?
Put his lawyer to him.
Okay, so if his case gets reset, we just want to reset it with with the felony?
Yeah, or done like a week after.
Your Honor, they're not out of the same event.
Okay, we can set it on a different date then. Yeah, now. I need to see what his announcement is gonna be. Yeah, just hold on a minute, we'll call you back.
Me?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Lander, Mr. Rojas, good morning, David Vera. This is cause number 24 CCCR 0866. Case of style of state of Texas versus David Vera. Mr. Vera, is that your full name? Okay, Mr. Vera is represented by his attorney, Attorney Charles Rojas, Attorney Rojas. How are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Vera, how are you doing? You doing good? That's good. State is represented in this case by Attorney Kyle Gasper. Attorney Gasper, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. Thank you for asking.
Let's see, Mr. Vera. This is not.
I believe this is our first announcement, Judge.
Okay, let me see if he has some bond conditions. It's a DWI second. Mr. Okay. This is cause number 24 CCCR 0866, case of style of state of Texas First is, David Jimenez Vera. Mr. Vera, is that your full name?
Yeah.
And, Mr. Vera, how are you doing?
Yeah.
You doing okay? Would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Vera, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Vera, you may put your hand down. Now, Mr. Vera,
He doesn't speak much English, so
oh,
I didn't realize
okay,
we're gonna get into the big, font conditions. I'll do the,
okay,
translation.
okay.
He can get by a little bit and not next.
Okay, okay, yeah, he's functional. Okay, now Mr. Vera speaks some English, he is fluent in Spanish. And so we have his attorney Charles Rojas, who's fluent in Spanish and English. Rojas, can you please raise your hand? Ms. Rojas, do you swear to interpret English to Spanish and Spanish to English to help you God?
I do.
Okay, you may put your hand down. Tell Mr. Vera that I'm going to give him some bond conditions. And the bond conditions states that following return of a criminal information, County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. All bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or the United States. I asked him if he understands.
Yes.
Okay. Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition?
Yes.
Okay, condition number 3 does not apply. However, condition number 4 does apply because he's charged with a DWI second, which is a subsequent offense listed under section 49.04 through 4906 of the Texas Penal Code. And condition number 4 reads as follows. A defendant whose information charges any subsequent offense listed under section 49.04 through 4906 of the Texas Penal Code shall not operate any vehicle unless the vehicle is equipped with an interlock device mechanism that makes impractical the operation of the vehicle if ethyl alcohol is detected in the breath of the operator, and said device shall be installed at the defendant's expense with written verifications of such installation being submitted to the court on or before 3 days after the date. Ask him if he understands that condition.
Yes.
Okay. Condition number 5, the defendant shall obtain maintained, paid for, and have no violations with the ignition interlock device, mobile breath device, any violations will be grounds for revocation. Do you understand that condition? Condition number 6. The defendant must attend AANA meetings 3 times a week and provide proof to the court. Ask him if he understands that condition. Now, I have some paperwork for the AANA meetings that he needs to bring to the meeting every time that he goes, and he will sign it. And those are locations of where he can go.
And
Sure.
so that one includes the case.
I'm sure they have one, there's one on there, I'm sure, one or more that's in Spanish. Okay. Now, I'm going to sign this copy. You will get a copy before you leave.
Héctor, ¿ya te llamaron?
No, todavía no.
Okay, everybody that's on Zoom, make sure your mics are on mute. You can make a copy of this here. Now, Mr. Rojas, what is your announcement? in Mr. Vera's case?
Judge, we have the video. I haven't had a chance to go over it with, or I haven't looked at it yet. I need time for myself to view it and to go over it with my client.
Okay, give us a reset date. This is on the announcement docket, page 6. Yeah, he has to go with his discovery. Okay, this case will be reset to December 9th, 2024. Mr. Rojas, once you get your reset, is this your only case?
It is.
Okay, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Mr. Parker doesn't need to come up right now. He's got other cases going on.
Oh.
I understand one.
Yeah, you can stand over there with your attorney.
Should let Mr. Rojas take care of my case for me, huh, Judge?
Hmm?
Should let him take care of his farming since he knows all about it.
Yeah,
But we do have an announcement.
okay, let's see, Parker.
Those,
No.
yeah, those-
Okay, this is Jose Luis Cardenas Mendoza. Mr. Mendoza, how are you doing?
Very good. How about you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Mendoza, you're represented in your cases by your attorney Alan Parker. Attorney Parker, how are you doing?
Good, Judge.
Now, Mr. Parker, I see that Mr. Mendoza had the.
We just resolved the felony this morning, Judge, and there's some things about that that will impact this case, so I can just have a regular reset so I can get the felony prosecutor relay information to them and this can be resolved next time.
Okay, give us a reset date. This is
Basically,
on
the case is gonna be
the
dismissed, I
announcement
believe.
docket on my page 5 and 6. Jose Luis Cardenas Mendoza.
Well, you end up getting-
He got that 5 different.
Okay, this case will be reset to December 11th, 2024. Mr. Mendoza, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
Ms. Manal?
I have 3 settings with you today. If one of them is gonna be a plea. Right?
No. What time? What's the other?
I believe they're now.
Page 4. Yeah, one in jail. Okay. Tavion Wiggins?
Yeah, I was reactivated, but I don't have discovery.
Okay, that's what this is, the MTRP?
No, this is Tavion Wiggins with the plea judge.
Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have.
I know.
Okay, this is cause number M328-762. Case of style of state is Texas versus Tavion Wiggins. Mr. Wiggins, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wiggins, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Wiggins, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Wiggins, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Wiggins?
Good, but
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Wiggins, you're represented in this case by your attorney Reagan Minaldi. Attorney Minaldi, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Minaldi, do you waive a record in Mr. Wiggins'
We
case? Mr. Wiggins, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Tavion Wiggins, on or about December 22nd of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespassing. Mr. Wiggins, do you understand what you have been charged with?
yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Wiggins, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, and no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? That's what no contest means. And Mr. Wiggins, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials TW on a line next to a box that's checked no contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of the defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. First box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have before me a document that on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Wiggins, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And this, you read and understand everything that she went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wiggins, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Still for stage 1.
No objection.
No objection. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Ms. Minaldi, you have advised and counseled Mr. Wiggins. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Judge.
And Mr. Wiggins, your attorney, Ms. Minaldi, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wiggins, I will accept your plea of no contest. We'll find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement in this case is the 6 months deferred probation with a $200 fine and 24 hours community service.
Okay. What is this courthouse? Were you appointed on this case?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Okay, everybody that's on Zoom, please put the mic on mute. Okay, Mr. Wiggins, the state is offering that you serve 6 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 6-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $200 plus court costs of $402. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court of attorney's fees of $250. Your total amount in installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month is $263 a month. Are you able to pay the $263 each month?
Yes.
You'll also be required to perform 24 hours of community service and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. Now, Mr. Wiggins, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Sure.
Okay, Mr. Wiggins, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Wiggins, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It would not result in conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because she's quite competent in those matters. Now, Mr. Wiggins, you're gonna stand next to the bailiff, follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Leon Goodman, that's a gentleman, has a felony case?
Yes, Judge, he is in custody and is still awaiting proceeding from DEC.
Okay,
You have to get it.
so we don't know what,
I don't know what is,
okay,
happening with his cases. I believe he might be one of them that has a matter that isn't arising out of the felony. It's an MTRP that was reactivated by the new felonies. But I don't have discovery on that.
So you have an MTRP?
I believe he has an MTRP and a misdemeanor that is resulting of the same offense that he is in CBC.
Okay, so I guess one of the basis for, one of the allegations to revoke his probation is based on this misdemeanor. Now,
Or
which one is a
misdemeanor.
which one is a MTRP? This case?
Misdemeanor, yes.
Okay, so I guess one of the allegations is a new felony?
I would assume, but I don't have discovery on it yet, Judge, so if I can
Okay.
just have a reset.
Okay. Okay, we give you a standard reset. We're gonna give, Leon Goodman Junior a standard reset. He's in custody.
Right, but we don't know.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we're gonna keep it with the felon, but she needs to get her discovery.
Okay.
She can't dispose of it today.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And then I have one more.
Oh,
Aaron Fraser,
that's on a different night here.
he's on the announcement docket. Judge. Or at least that's what I have.
No.
There's a trailer. I know there's another trailer. Oh, was
Aaron
that case
Trailers on the
reset?
announcement docket, Judge.
Was that case reset?
There's two.
No, that.
Not my trailer.
That was Marcia Norman had a trip.
He had Ramia's trailer. Yes,
Yes,
she
I
was
have a
being
hearing.
sent this morning for trial.
Yeah, but it's not on the announcement.
Yeah, it's not on the announcement. That's what I mean. I think it may have been reset.
Okay.
I don't know. You could
Maybe
check.
so. I have it
Hold on.
online.
Is she on a different docket?
10:31. What did it last week?
Is it on pre-trial? Is Aaron Trailer here?
He's in custody, Judge.
Custody?
He's also awaiting, charges.
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have it set. We don't have it set. today.
Okay. It was on my calendar, so I just wanted
I
to make
think they
sure.
may have, must have been reset. I guess when she comes back in, she
Okay.
probably can check it for you.
And then I
Oh.
have announcements for Tom Kelly as well. He's
Kelly?
on your
Oh.
trial docket.
Kelly? Okay, Kelly.
He has.
Hold on, let's see.
Beaver.
Kalen Beaver,
That one's still gonna be a trial, Judge.
we'll keep it on the trial docket. Okay,
And then Margarita Loza.
okay, Miss Beaver, how you doing?
Hi.
That's good. Now, Ms. Beaver, your attorney is Attorney Tom Kelly. Attorney Kelly is not here today. Standing in for Attorney Kelly is Attorney Minaldi, Reagan Minaldi. Does Ms. Minaldi have your permission to stand in for Attorney Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, and she's announcing that we're gonna keep this on the trial docket. Okay? Okay, when she comes back in, she'll give you a reset. You can have a seat. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. You have a blessed day.
Thank
Margarita Loza. Now, Ms. Loza, you're represented by your attorney, Tom Kelly. Attorney Kelly is not here. However, standing in for Attorney Kelly is one of the, his associate. Does Ms. Minaldi have your permission to stand in for Attorney Kelly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Ms. Minaldi, and what is your announcement?
Still a trial, Judge.
Still trial? Okay. We're gonna reset this on the trial docket. Now, Ms. Minaldi, once you get your reset, you're free to go. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, you may. And Mr. Crenshaw,
Yes, Your Honor.
Lance Edwards, I think he's on Zoom.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Edwards, how are you doing?
Good, Judge. Yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Crenshaw, what is your announcement in Mr. Edwards' case?
Your Honor, this is probably going to require a trial, but I'd like to give it one more shot with a run by the supervisor in the DA's office. I'm going to get a character letter to submit to one of the supervisors. If we could come back on a pretrial conference docket.
Well, this is a pretty old case.
It is, Judge.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's a unique
I
situation.
think that we probably could at least put it on a trial docket.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, this is on Lance Edwards. Get our reset, we'll put it on the trial docket. Mr. Edwards, your attorney is gonna get you, your attorney and your bondsman is gonna get your reset. Stay in contact with your attorney, your bondsman, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You as well.
All right, thank you. The next case is Blake Christopher Foskey.
Yes, Your Honor. He's
Foskey.
also on Zoom.
Mr. Foskey, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Crenshaw, what is your announcement in Mr. Foskey's cases?
I've got a letter from a counseling that I need to get for the prosecution. She's made an offer this morning. We're very, very close on this one.
Okay.
It will be a plea. It will not be a trial.
Okay.
If we could come back on a pretrial conference docket in January or February, if we can get it
All right.
done.
Okay, we gotta get. And we can do January,
Perfect.
pre-trial. Okay. Yeah, no, but she'll be back in. She's gonna come back in and
Okay,
get
no
you
problem.
reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. Mr. Foskey, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your recess. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you.
All right, Jesse Lynn Lambert. I think he's on Zoom too. Yeah.
He is, Judge.
Mr. Lambert, how are you doing?
Good. And you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Lambert, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Crenshaw. Now, Attorney Crenshaw, what is your announcement?
This will be a pretrial diversion, Judge.
Pretrial diversion?
I've got to submit an appeal packet for Mr. Knopf. If we could reset this on our February docket,
It would
because
happen.
the
December
time
is
that-
probably already.
yeah, December's already full. I've
Okay.
already got 8 clients on the December docket.
Okay,
If we could come back for the
Okay.
second week in February, I'll
Yeah.
have him on the February docket.
yeah, okay, we'll put you on the second week of February. Now, Mr. Lambert, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Your case is gonna be reset the second week in February. Your attorney and your bondsman will give you your court dates. You're free to go and stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You too.
All right, thank you. You have another?
That's it, Judge.
Okay, you're free to go as well. You have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. You and baby.
Yes, please.
Hold on a minute. No, I need to get Mr. Galmore. Jorge Bo Gonzalez.
We're ready, Judge.
Mr. Gonzalez present? Jorge
Yes.
Bo Gonzalez?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. How are you doing, Mr. Gonzalez?
I'm fine, and you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And Mr. Galmore, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Galmore, you want to keep Mr. Gonzalez's case on the trial docket?
I do.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Galmore, we'll send you a trial date. And so, Mr. Gonzalez, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
And Mr. Galmore, I think this is your only case.
It is. Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day. Okay, you said, Mr. Dallas Norris.
She's right here.
Okay, this is cause number 24 CCCR 0754. Case of Style State of Texas versus Dallas Norris. Ms. Norris, how are you doing? That's good. Now, Ms. Norris, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Joe Vasquez. Attorney Vasquez, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Vasquez, what is your announcement in Ms. Norris's case?
Your Honor, could we reset Ms. Norris's case with her case in drug court on January 13th?
Oh, it's the same offense date.
Yes.
Okay, okay, we're gonna reset Dallas Nars to, along with her felony case. What was that date again?
January 13th, Your Honor.
Okay, January 13th of 2025. Ms. Norris, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day. All right, Mr. Vasquez, you have any more cases?
No, Your Honor, that was it.
Okay, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you.
Walker. Walker. Oh, that's Lewis' turn.
Yes. January 13th. I should even make a quick announcement.
Michael Ford. Okay, Mr. Ford. Your full name is Michael J. Ford.
Yes, it is.
How you doing, Mr. Ford?
Very good.
That's good, Mr. Ford. You're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Ryan Gertz. Attorney Gertz, how are you doing?
Great, Judge. Thank you. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Gertz, what is your announcement in Mr. Ford's case?
Judge, his felony was dismissed on Friday in this case. So it's kind of left us here to resolve this. I was talking with the prosecutor this morning. Right now it's on an announcement docket. So I guess we want advice from the court because we were planning on trying that case, the felony case. But now that's obviously not happening. So I've talked to the prosecutor this morning, asked her to look at a few things on the video, get back with me about options. And so I guess, I don't know if you want us to put it on a pretrial
Yeah,
or
we'll
another
put it on
announcement.
pretrial.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, okay. Give us a reset date, pretrial conference, 9/16. How's your schedule?
We do the 9th.
9th, okay. Case will be reset for December 9th, 2024. Once you get your reset, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thanks, Judge.
Mitchell Rollins. Okay, you are, Mr. Rollins, how are you doing? That's good. Now, Mr. Rollins, you're represented in your cases by your attorney, Tom Burbank, who is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Burbank, how are you doing?
Doing fine, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, Mr. Burbank, what is your announcement in Mr. Rollins' case?
Well, the prosecutor was Kyle Walker, who I guess left the district attorney's office Friday. It's been reassigned, I believe, to Andrew.
No. Kyle Walker was the prosecutor in County Court at Law Number 3. However, the case was transferred over here to 2, and so we have another prosecutor on the case. So what's your announcement?
Right. Well, I haven't been able to talk to that person because I don't have an offer, and there wasn't an offer made in the case. That's what I was trying to tell you.
So you need an offer? Have you received your discovery?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna reset this case, give us a standard reset so that the defense attorney can get his offer. Okay, this case will be reset to December 4th of 2024. Mr. Burbank, you'll get your reset. And Mr. Rollins, you'll get your reset here in court. Once you get your reset in court, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that first chair on the wall. Now you have Arsenio Dante Robinson.
That's correct.
Mr. Robinson, your full name is Arsenio Dante Robinson?
Yes.
How are you doing, Mr. Robinson? That's good. Now, Mr. Robinson, You represent your case by your attorney, Terrence Burbank. Attorney Burbank, what is your announcement in Mr. Robinson's case?
His felony was reset, Judge.
Okay, I think that's out of the same criminal episode.
It did.
What is the reset date on the felony? This is Arsenio Dante Robinson. On the announcement docket, page 1.
You don't have your paperwork?
No, I'm going to.
They reset it today?
In the system, it's still set for today, so they haven't.
Oh,
they
okay.
haven't changed it yet.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna reset your case. When we get the court date from the felony, you're free to go. Stay in contact with your attorney and your advisor because they will be giving notice of your reset date. All right, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Mr. Burbank, do you have any more cases?
I believe that's it, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Burbank, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
And we have Hector Luis Torres Dominguez. That's on Zoom.
Yes.
I won't be able to make it. I called this morning and I just presented, he just told me to show up here. Yeah.
Somebody told you, oh, he told you that now, oh, you're an attorney?
I'm his paralegal.
You're his paralegal, okay.
He had federal court, he wasn't able to reset it, so we have Hector Dominguez and we have Fuentes,
Okay, this is okay, let's give a, we're gonna, but yeah, you can have a seat. Okay. We're gonna keep, This is, Hector Luis Torres Dominguez. His attorney is in federal court and in another county. It's kind of, it might be bigger than us, huh? Yeah, but he's in federal court, so that trumps us, so.
Yeah, I show a
Yeah.
note, I show a note saying that the defendant was supposed to appear in person today.
Yeah. I don't see that. Oh, that was back, yeah? Now, Mr. Dominguez,
Yes, sir.
now you were supposed to appear in person today. Why are you not here in person?
What?
Okay, there's a note on the docket sheet that says that you were to appear in person, so apparently the last time your case was reset, your
Yes.
attorney was informed, and you probably was informed too if you appeared via Zoom, that you were to appear in person. Now, another thing, Mr. Dominguez, you're in court. Please take the hat off. Remove the hat off of your head.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, now, Mr. Dominguez, why are you not here in person?
I little speak English.
Okay, so you don't speak English now.
No.
Okay. All right, just hold on. We'll have somebody there. Okay, just put your mic on mute. Okay.
When I called this morning, they told me ID working and they told me he couldn't appear via Zoom.
Who told him that?
Only because they said that he had said that he wasn't gonna appear because the attorney was not gonna be here. I said he still had to appear. I said, because if you're in person, you need to. He gave me a meeting ID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was told to be.
Okay.
They give them the-
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. And it's on the document. Yeah. He's told to be in person.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you kind of trump. He got a net. Okay, but you said he's gonna be in person. I mean, by Zoom. That's why he appeared by Zoom. No.
Once I found out that his attorney was in federal court, I did it.
Yeah, you said that, okay. Yeah, in this case is this is gonna be a #1 setting. Give us a reset date for trial. Okay, well, we're gonna send a reset date to Mr. Ajay. Okay, so well.
I have another attorney as well, Joe Espinosa, we would also need a reset for him.
Yeah, Espinoza gotta be a #1. We got Espinoza and Dominguez. We're gonna give you reset dates on both of those cases.
Did he get a reset on his felony? It says felony, right? No. Oh, 12, 5.
He has, his felony court is December the 4th.
December 4th?
Yeah, I have
His
December
felony case.
You have December 5th? What day of the week is the 4th?
We don't represent him for the felony case, we only represent him for this.
Okay, but they saying that they looked in the computer and his felony case was set for December 5th. What date you said? He come on the 4th, it'd be a day early. It's on the 5th. Does he have a bonds? He need to stay in contact with his bondsman, but it says court date is on the 5th. We're gonna reset these on the 5th too. We're gonna reset this case on the, reset this case on the 5th. Actually, reset both of them on the 5th. Okay, both of these cases will be reset, to December 5th.
Yeah.
Yes, you missed it.
Oh. So, you know, it's on a trial.
Well, we need to put, what's the next week? Was that the night?
Your Honor, may I speak on that? I'll be in trial on CC3 on that day, on December 2nd.
Oh, these are your cases?
They are, Your Honor.
What about the 16th? Okay. Okay, we're gonna reset both of these cases to December 16th. For trial.
Both are number 1 settings, Judge.
Yeah.
Okay.
One go away, the other one will be the number 1. Yeah, we put both of them.
Thank you.
Let Mr. Ajay know that these cases gonna be number 1 settings. Mr. Dominguez, that's him. Mr. Espinoza. Okay. When we get his reset, he can come and get his reset. This is not ready yet. Who you sent? Oh yeah, but I need Berg. Justin Drake Berg.
He's present, Your Honor.
This is cause number 24 CCCR 0660. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Justin Drake Berg. Mr. Berg, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Berg?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Berg, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Kevin Lane. Attorney Lane, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
And Mr. Lane, what is your announcement in Mr. Berg's case?
Your Honor, if we could have one more pretrial setting, I believe this is going to resolve itself in the next setting. We ask that we be allowed to watch the videos. I've got the videos, I watched them. He just didn't have the opportunity in the last 30 days to come and watch them.
Okay, give us a reset. This is on the pretrial conference docket, page 2.
You want to keep it on?
Yes. Okay, that'd be December 16th, 2024. Mr. Berg, your attorney is going to get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go stay in contact with your attorney, your boss, and you have a blessed day. Mr. Lane is on the case.
Yes, sir.
You have a blessed day as well. You have
Thank you. Thank you. No, I do have one on your trial docket. I'm sorry.
Oh,
And he's present too.
Aaron Jacob McElroy. Mr. McElroy, your full name is Aaron Jacob McElroy. How are you doing, Mr. McElroy? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. McElroy, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Kevin Lane. Mr. Lane, you'd like to keep Mr. McElroy's case on the trial docket?
Yes.
Okay. Give us, she's gonna give you she's gonna give you a reset date? What?
16 as well.
Okay. 16. So that's gonna be a reset to December 16th, 2024. Once you get your reset from your attorney, Mr. McElroy, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Lane, you're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Proposed. You had a reset on Tuesday,
Yes, sir.
and you're gonna talk to you about how.
Holler,
All
Larry Holler. Mr. Holler. Your full name is Larry Holler.
Haller, yes, sir.
Haller, how are you doing, Mr. Haller?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Haller, you're representing your case by your attorney David Grove. Attorney Grove, how are you doing?
Good, Judge, thank you.
And Mr. Grove, what is your announcement in Mr. Haller's case?
This case is set on the trial docket, Judge, and I believe the prosecutor is not ready, but wants to keep it on the trial docket, but I won't speak for her because.
Yeah, I imagine you talked to her.
Yes, sir, I did. I spoke to her, but I don't want to speak for her.
You're already, I think you've already spoken.
State has an announcement ready, Your Honor. State's asking that this maintain or stay on the trial docket.
Okay, so we're gonna reset for trial.
Yes, sir, and there's been a continuance was granted last time it was set,
I see that.
but obviously,
So you're not opposed?
no, sir.
Okay. Okay, so this case is gonna be reset for trial. Mr. Haller, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Okay. Did we ever get those resets on Mr. Aja's cases? No, you're coming in. No, we're gonna just give her those dates. They're gonna be number one. Yeah, if we change it, if we find them, we can always change the date.
No, but I talked with this, I know she's gonna be able.
Okay.
And we have Mr. Gooseby in mind.
Who?
Gooseby, that's his last name.
Mr. Goolsby, he's on the regular docket. Now it's getting a little good.
Arthur L. Gooseby. Gooseby, your full name is Arthur L. Gooseby?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Gooseby?
I'm all right.
That's good to me, Mr. Gooseby. You're represented in your case by your attorney David Grove. Attorney Grove, what is your announcement in Mr. Gooseby's case?
Judge, I'd like to ask for one more reset. I'm trying to get him a pretrial diversion, but haven't heard from Ed Shuttle yet. Ed Shuttle, I'm sorry, Judge. I'm going back years.
He hadn't been in years.
Let me say, yeah, that's why. I didn't find out he's not there anymore. No, sir, let me just say by DA's office.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
Pat will be upset that he's been replaced.
Yeah, okay. So now we're gonna reset this in February because I would imagine the December is probably they're already full for December. So we're gonna reset this the second week in December. I mean in February.
February. That's fine, Judge. And whatever he said, we'll get it done, I believe.
Yeah, huh?
He has not been approved yet.
I know, but I mean, but he's certainly, if he gets approved, he won't be able to be placed on the December docket because it's probably already full. And so he'll go to the next one. The next one will be in February. So that's why I'm resetting it for the second week in February.
Yes, sir.
Okay. He's on Zoom.
Okay.
Oh, he was on Zoom. Okay. So, Mr. Gooseby, your case is gonna be reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. You're gonna get your reset from your attorney, and Mr. Grove, this is your last case. You're free to go as well, and you have a blessed
Thank
day.
you, Your Honor.
Okay, just make sure you get your reset. It's gonna be,
Yes, sir.
it's gonna be the second week of February. Pretrial diversion. Yeah, it's gonna be on both of Mr. Ajay's cases. Okay,
Judge, on one of felony, was taken into custody. I'm not sure if you wanted him over here for the announcement.
It's not yours.
yeah, if he's, yeah,
Well, he was just placed in custody, for the drug test.
okay,
So you want him
you
over
can,
here?
yeah,
Okay.
who? Ajay?
No, Mr. Grove.
Mr. Grove, I think that guy was on the announcement docket. One of them was on the trial docket. He had two cases. He had one on the trial docket.
So we're leaving it on the trial.
Yeah. And the one that's on the announcement, he's trying to get him in a pretrial diversion.
Okay, so what,
February.
okay, February 7th.
Yeah.
That's what you said, Judge?
Yeah, that's gonna be the next pretrial diversion. That's gonna be open.
Oh, he's going to pretrial, okay.
Now, we had Espinoza. Yeah, Espinoza is 12/16. 12/16/2024. You said that's when, she's available, right?
Miss Lady.
Right, so it's gonna be number one trial settings. Yeah, you got number one on both of them, on all of them, rather. Okay, okay, well, we just have to, get with, what's the name of that company? Masterword. Yeah,
So go ahead and, so we need them for the 16th.
yeah, I think it's with Dominguez. I think that's the one.
That's the one. Right.
Which one? One of them is older. One of them is like 13.
Both of them need? Yeah. No, I mean, both of them need to be personally. Oh, for you. You want to be the translator? Is that what you're saying? No, yeah, I'm trying for them. If I can thank you for them.
Well, that's just, the lawyer, if that's what the lawyer wants to do. Yeah, I mean, that's up to the attorney. As long as she's been certified that, I mean, you've translated before in courts. Okay.
Oh, you have?
Hmm? You have? Was like, I mean, what it was, but it was like a plea or something? It wasn't a trial, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the main way.
okay. So what's your name?
Wilson.
Ephraim Wilson? And you represented by Matuska?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Court is in session in clause numbers 236 CCR 0952 and clause number 236 CCR 1647. Both cases are styled state of Texas versus Ephraim Otto Wilson III. Mr. Wilson, is that your full name?
Sure.
How are you doing, Mr. Wilson?
Good.
Okay, now, Mr. Wilson, you represent any cases by your attorney, Attorney Ryan Matuska. Attorney Matuska, how are you doing?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Matuska. What is your announcement in Mr. Wilson's cases?
Your Honor, we're asking that these cases be set with Mr. Wilson's felony cases, which don't appear to be going to trial today. It looks like my case is going to trial ahead of his. So whenever he gets.
Does he have a trial date? I mean, not a trial date, but a court date on the felony case?
We'll wait.
Okay,
And
so Mr.
I'm sure they'll wait till 2 to do that.
Okay, so Mr. Wilson, we're gonna reset these two misdemeanor cases with your felony case. Your attorney and your bondsman is gonna get those dates. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They don't have the felony date in the system at this moment. But once they put it in the system, our coordinator will place these two cases on the same day. That's why we can't give you a date right now. All right, so you can follow the bailiff. And you have a blessed day.
Judge, I have a play ready.
Okay, okay.
That's the other one. Yeah, but then people. Okay.
Your Honor, on Mr. White's case, all
Right.
3 of our computers are having trouble printing out discovery for the plea. Hmm? Oh, you did? Oh, perfect. I don't know what's up with Odyssey.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the 3rd, because sometimes they don't have us here.
Pre-trial.
Or is there-
White. Joshua. Okay. This is cause number 24 CCCR 1242. Case of South State of Texas versus Joshua Lee White. Mr. White, is that your full name?
Yes.
Mr. White, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. White, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. White, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. White? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. White, you're representing your case by your attorney, Ryan Matuska. Attorney Matuska, did you waive a record in Mr. White's case?
Yes, sir.
Mr. White, I have before me a document on my computer that is titled information sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, Mr. White, it alleges that you, Joshua Lee White, on or about May 22nd of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, transportation. Mr. White, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. White, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. White, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document is also labeled as Stacy's Exhibit 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. White, there's a set of initials on the line next to a box that's checked no contingent, which means no contest. Would you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there are two boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Mr. White, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you understand everything that your attorney went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. White, are you a citizen of the United States?
State offer states one.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objections. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Matuska, you have advised and counseled Mr. White. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
And Mr. White, your attorney, Mr. Matuska, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. White, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state is offering 1 year deferred probation, $500 fine, 24 hours of community service plus court costs.
Mr. Matuska, were you appointed in this case?
Yes, sir.
What is the court cost, Mr. White's case? Okay, Mr. White, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 for court costs, $177. You also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You will also be required to reimburse Jefferson County for the appointed attorney's fees of $250. Your total monthly installments for this case, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $177 a month. Will you be able to pay the $177 each month?
Yes.
You'll also be required to perform 24 hours of community service and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Now, Mr. White, you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
You think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. White, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you've entered into with the state. Mr. White, this will conclude your case. And Mr. White, if you successfully complete your probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record. And you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, Mr. White, you're gonna stand next to the bailiff, follow his directions. Once you finish following his directions, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Matuska, you're free to go and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We already did, okay, Brunson is the one we already did. We did Garner too, right? Wilson was, wasn't that,
He was on,
he got arrested.
CDC.
He got arrested, failed a drug test.
I think we're waiting for a reset for CDC.
Yeah, he failed the drug test
Yeah.
and they arrested him. Yeah, hold on a minute. Yes, Now, Barlow was Okay, this is cause number M 328-798, case of style of state of Texas versus Jason David Powell.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Powell, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Powell, a minute. Let's see here, on September 23rd. Your case was reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Have you hired your attorney?
Sir, I can't afford one, but I was told to see if I could just, have the plea offer that they offered me.
So you wanna, so you're saying you wanna waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself? That's what you're saying? Okay.
Accept the plea offer that they were.
Okay, what we need to do, yeah, give him that clipboard with the, we're gonna give you a clipboard. Now, the last time you came, you had a document that said judge's explanation of rights of defendants without attorney.
Yes, sir.
And on that document, you stated that you wanted to hire an attorney. Now, we're gonna give you another document like that again, but this time you're gonna put your initials on the bottom of that document stating that you would like to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, you should be mindful that as a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options. You could either hire an attorney, can't afford to hire one, you can arrest an attorney be appointed to represent you, or three, you can waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, and you're aware that if you wanted to hire an attorney, your case was reset, give you time to hire an attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Or you can waive your right to an attorney. You have an opportunity to talk to the prosecutor to see if you can settle your case. Now, you should be mindful that there are dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you, including and your case, including the loss of significant rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. Now, if you choose to represent yourself or waive your right to an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, at the bottom of that document that's titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney, you notice that there are 5 lines at the bottom on the left-hand side. Now, if you're requesting time to hire an attorney, you place your initials on the first line to the left. If you want an appointed attorney to represent you, you'll place your initials on the third line to the left. If you want to waive your right to an attorney, that is, give up your right to have an attorney to represent you, and you would like to represent yourself, then you will place your initials on the 5th line to the left, and then you will sign at the bottom of that document your name on the line that is titled Defendant, and you would date it today's date, November 4th of 2024, on the line that is titled Date. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll give you an opportunity to initial and, oh, you already did?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now the next document that you have is a document that is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea or Proceeding to Trial. And on that document, it basically states that I have been advised of the nature and charges against me and the dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. My waiver is voluntary, which means that no one is forcing you to enter into this waiver. You're doing it of your own free will. And it's intelligently made. Intelligently mean that you know what you're doing. So it says my waiver is voluntarily and intelligently made. Furthermore, I have been advised this 4th day of November of 2024 by County Court at Law Number 2 of my right to representation by counsel in the case pending against me. I have been further advised that if I'm unable to afford counsel, one will be appointed to me free of charge. Understanding my right to have counsel appointed to me free of charge if I'm not financially able to afford one, I wish to waive that right and proceed with my case without an attorney be appointed to represent me. I hereby waive my right to counsel. And if that is your choice, then you'll sign on the line that is titled Defendant, and you will date it today's date on the line that is titled Date, and the day's date, again, is November 4th of 2024.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Powell, I have these two documents before me. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights of Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature online as titled defendant? And are these your initials on the line that state you'd like to waive your right to attorney and represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
I also have another document that is titled waiver of counsel for purposes of entering a guilty plea. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line as titled defendant? Now, did I swear you in? Would you please raise your right hand? You swear affirm and tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. You may put your hand down now. Before you sign and initial all of these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
You understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Powell, you can have a seat, and one of the prosecutors will come out and talk to you. Nicholas Benjamin Bemo, it's Beeman? Okay, Nicholas Benjamin Beeman. First, I thought it was Beaumont. This is, stick. Now, Mr. Beeman, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Beeman, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Beeman, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Beeman?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Beeman, you're represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney Todd LeBlanc. Attorney LeBlanc, how are you doing? And Mr. LeBlanc, do you waive a record in Mr. Beeman's cases?
We do, Your Honor.
Mr. Beeman, I have before me in cause number 24 CCCR 0621, a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, Mr. Beeman, it alleges that you, Nicholas Benjamin Beeman, on or about July 8th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of possession of marijuana. Mr. Beeman, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Beeman, how did you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Mr. Beeman, I also have before me a document on my tablet. Okay, y'all can check a box. Y'all have to check the box on the front. It's Class B misdemeanor. Okay, now, Mr. Beeman, I have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishments. You recognize this document?
Yes.
Now, there's one box that's checked on this document, and it states that this is the range of punishment is a Class B misdemeanor. Range of punishment is minimum 0 days to maximum 180 days, or a fine that does not exceed $2,000, or you could be given both such fine and confinement. Do you understand the range of punishment for this Class B misdemeanor?
Yes.
On page 2 of the same document, there are two sets of initials. It's one set is your attorney initials, the other set is yours. You place your initials on this document. On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant, is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
At the top of this document, there are two boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand this statement?
Yes.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
I also have before me a document that is titled discovery certification. You recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Beamer, before you sign and initial all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Beamer, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
State?
Say it for 6-1.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objections. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. And Mr. LeBlanc, you've advised and counseled Mr. Beamer. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
Not that I'm aware of.
And Mr. Beamer, your attorney, Mr. LeBlanc, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Beamer, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement is the 6 months deferred probation with a $250 fine and 24 hours community service. The connected UCW case is going to be dismissed for forfeiture to Beaumont Police Department.
What is this, court calls?
77.
You were appointed in this case? Okay, Mr. Beamer, the state is offering that you serve 6 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 6 months deferred probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $250 for score costs of $277. You'll be required to pay probation fee of $60 a month, your announcement fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to reimburse Jefferson County $250 attorney's fees. Now, your total monthly installments, that is a total amount that you will be required to pay each month is $248 a month. Will you be able to pay the $148 a month? $248 a month? No, I'm not. I'm just asking if you can, you can, if you can't, you can't. We just need to know one way or the other.
I guess, I mean, I guess we're not gonna get out, not gonna get out.
What is that?
I guess so, I mean.
Can you pay it or can you not pay it?
Like month by month?
Yes,
Yeah,
you can.
yeah, I guess so.
I'm not saying you guess. I'm not asking you to guess. I'm asking you for what you know. Will you be able to pay it?
I guess what you know. No.
Okay. Let me do this here. Let me ask the affidavit of indigence. I'm gonna hand you your attorney a document that's titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize that document?
Yes.
And on page 2 of that same document, there is a signature above the line at the top left-hand corner that's above the line that's titled Defend the Signature. Is that your signature?
Yes.
Also, now, is everything on this document still true and correct today? You can hand that back to him. You could look back. Is it still true or is there some changes?
I mean, some of it's gone up a little bit, but
When you say, okay, what has gone up? The expenses?
yes, our expenses has gone up a little bit.
Okay. Let me see. So based on this, I mean, you was determined to be indigent based on this, so you just more indigent, I guess. So the court is gonna find that you're still indigent. And based on the finding of indigency, I need to make some adjustments to your monthly payments pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Okay. Let's see, that's. Okay. 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 Now, Mr. Beaman, the court is going to find that you're indigent based on the finding of indigency. The court costs of $250. No, court costs of $277 plus the fine of $250, which comes to a total of $527, will be converted to 42 hours community service pursuant to Article 42.15 of Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The attorney's fees of $250 will be waived pursuant to Article 26.05 G-11 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. $15 reimbursement fee will be waived pursuant to Article 102.018 of Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. And so your total monthly installments, you'll be required to pay a probation fee of $6 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, and a reimbursement fee of $15. Your total monthly installments is $93 a month. Will you be able to pay the $93 each month?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the state, you will also be required to perform 24 hours of community service. In addition to the 24, in addition to the 42 hours that was converted from the fine and court costs, which gives us a total of 66 hours of community service that you will be required to perform. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And the state will be dismissing the companion case, cause number 24CCCR 0620 for a forfeiture weapon in that case. And I have before me a document that is titled Motion of Forfeit. And in this case, Mr. Beeman, do you recognize this motion of forfeit?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line as titled defendant?
Yes.
Now, before you sign this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything in this document?
Yes.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay, now, Mr. Beeman, I'm going to forfeit the weapon in this case. I'm going to grant the motion to forfeit the weapon to the Beaumont Police Department. Now, Mr. Beeman, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Mr. Beeman, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Beeman, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It would not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. Send his other case back to me, the one that the dismissal, the one is
I
last.
don't have a dismissal.
Oh, they didn't do his dismissal? Okay, you have to do the dismissal on Beeman. Okay. All right, now, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed and will not result in conviction on your record. And you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Please have a seat, wait for your name to be called. Once your name is called, you're gonna go to the window where your name is called. You're gonna follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. LeBlanc, is this your only, are these your only two cases?
I have another one.
Alton Gidry? This case is on the, okay. Mr. Gidry, your full name is Alton Thomas Gidry Jr.? How you doing, Mr. Gidry? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Gidry, you represented your case by your attorney, Tyler LeBlanc. Now, Mr. LeBlanc, you like to keep this case on the trial docket?
Yes.
Okay, let's give us a trial date. Okay, this case will be reset for trial December 9th. Mr. Gidry, your attorney is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. LeBlanc, you're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I submitted the dismissal at the end.
On Beeman? Oh, he submitted the dismissal on Beeman. Israel Josiah Hansen. Mr. Hansen, your full name is Israel Josiah Hansen.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Hansen?
I'm doing pretty good. And you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Hansen, you representing your case by your attorney John West, Attorney West. How are you doing?
Good, thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
And good morning. Now, Mr. West, you'd like to keep this case on the trial docket?
Yes, ready, Your Honor.
Okay. Give us a, what, do we have some, she's gonna be here on the 9th too? Put it on the 16th. Well, this is not an old case. Yeah, you can keep it on the 9th. Yeah,
Number 9.
yeah. Okay, Mr. Hanson, your case will be reset for December 9th for trial. Stay in contact with your attorney. Your attorney's gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Mr. West, you're on the case. You're free to go as well. You have a blessed day. Gregory Warner. That was the one on Mr. Dahl. Uh-oh. Mr. Dahl, well, you represent Gregory Allen Warner. Mr. Warner, is that your full name?
Yes.
How you doing, Mr. Warner?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Warner. You represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Peter Dole. Attorney Dole, how are you doing?
Pretty fair, dude.
That's good. And, Mr. Dole, you like to keep this case on the trial docket?
Yes, sir.
Okay, give us that trial date. Is that December 9th? 9th or the 16th, December 9th or the 16th? 16th. Okay, Mr. Warner, your case will be reset for trial December 16th. Stay in contact with your attorney. Your attorney is going to get your reset. Also stay in contact with your bonds. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Dahl, I think this is the only case you're free to go. You had that other previous case. What did they do on that? We just,
I know it was put off.
okay, well, we'll reset it with the felony.
Okay.
Now, if it just so happened to get disposed of today, and we find that out, we'll reset it for Thursday.
Well, Todd's the lawyer, and he said he didn't think he was gonna get it set.
Okay,
So, yeah.
okay, okay, we'll reset. All right,
Okay,
all right, you're free to go.
thank you.
You have a blessed day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure they got contact with
Okay, Jefferson County Court of Law number 2 is back in session and calls number N328798. Case is style of state of Texas versus Jason David Paul. Mr. Paul, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Paul, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Paul, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Paul?
Good.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Paul, I have before me on paper 2 documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
I do. Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
And are these your initials on the line that is titled, that states I waive my right to an attorney
Yes, sir.
in this case? I would like to represent myself. And I have another document that is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering Guilty Plea or Proceeding Trial. You recognize this document?
I do. Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Now, before you sign and initial these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes,
to the
sir.
best of your knowledge?
They are.
Mr. Paul, I also have before me a document that's on my computer, and this document is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, Mr. Paul, it alleges that on or about November 27th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. This document alleges, state, are you abandoning the enhancement paragraph in this case?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Paul, the state is abandoning the enhancement paragraph. And what that means is, instead of being charged with a Class A misdemeanor, you're going to be charged with a lesser included offense, Class B misdemeanor. Do you understand that?
I do. Yes, sir.
And so to the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated, which alleges that that alleges that on or about November 27th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated, Class B. Do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, you're pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
I also have before me on my tablet a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there's 2 sets of initials. One set of initials is on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
The second set of initials is below a paragraph that is titled Discovery Admonishment, and it is next to a statement that states, I do not request discovery of the evidence. I waive my right to request discovery in this case and enter a plea of guilty or no contest. You place your initials on this document.
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
It is.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Now, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did you read these documents?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Powell, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Still for stage 1.
Mr. Powell, the state is offering state's exhibit number 1 to be used as evidence against you. State's exhibit number 1 is the first document that I showed you on this tablet. This is the same document that have your initials in the 2 locations on page 2 and your signature on page 3. Is it all right for the state to use this document as evidence in your case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Powell, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. Well, let me back up. Mr. Powell, is there any evidence that you're currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Powell, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you're mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that you're pleading waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement is to 18 months deferred probation with a $500 fine, 60 hours community service, DWI standard conditions of probation, and the installation and maintaining of an interlock device.
What is his co-cost?
Okay.
Okay. Now, Mr. Powell, the state is offering that you serve 18 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 18-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $392. You'll also be required to pay a DWI conviction fine of $100. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, and a reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month, is $139 a month. Will you be able to pay the $139 each month?
Yes, sir.
You'll also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, attend and complete a DWI education class, and have an alcohol assessment, as well as you'll be required to adhere to other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Now, Mr. Powell, do you understand the state's offer?
I do.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Powell, I will follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Powell, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed, will not regard a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. You can talk to an attorney about a non-disclosure. This will conclude your case. Please stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Victor is on. And Bruce is. Bruce is coming over.
No, I'm actually fine.
This is cause number 23 CCCR 1785, case in style of state of Texas versus Emilio Lopez Orozco. Mr. Roscoe, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Roscoe?
Good, and you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Roscoe, you represented in your case by your attorney, Jared Gilthorpe. Attorney Gilthorpe, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Mr. Gilthorpe, what is your announcement in Mr. Roscoe's case?
Judge, that's going to be a trial.
Okay. Mr. Roscoe, give us a reset date for Mr. Orozco. Okay, Mr. Orozco, this case is gonna be reset for trial December the 9th. You'll be able to get a reset here in court from our court coordinator, but before you go, let me see, I don't think he has some bond conditions. Let me see. So now it's been right here.
Yeah, they returned that.
Okay, Orozco.
We did a recent.
Okay, Mr. Orozco. Let's see, let me see if I see something in here. Okay, Mr. Roscoe, before your case is reset, I need to give you some bond conditions. I'm going to go over these bond conditions with you, and it states standard bond conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Following return of a criminal information in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or the United States. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol anytime as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Now, condition number 3 doesn't apply. Condition number 4 does apply because your offense is a DWI second, which is a subsequent offense listed under section 49.04 through 49.06 of the Texas Penal Code. And condition number 4 reads as follows. The defendant whose information charges any subsequent offense listed under section 49.04 through 49.06 of the Texas Penal Code shall not operate any motor vehicle unless the vehicle is equipped with an interlock device mechanism that makes impractical the operation of the vehicle. If ethyl alcohol is detected on the breath of the operator, and said device shall be installed at the defendant's expense with written verification of such installation being submitted to the court on or before 3 days after the day. Do you understand that? And number 5, defendant shall obtain, maintain, pay for, and have no violations with the ignition interlock device, mobile breath device. Any violation will be grounds for revocation. Do you understand that condition? Yes, sir. And condition number 6, defendant must attend NA meetings 3 times a week and provide proof to the court. Do you understand that condition, sir? And I'm going to give you okay. Would you, Mr. Roscoe, would you please step here so I can give you this? The first document, you can stand back there. The first document is a sign-in sheet. Every time that you go to AANA meetings, they will sign it, and then you need to bring a copy of that sheet with the sign, with the signatures on it, every time that you come to the court. Do you understand? Okay. The other document is a list of places that you can go to for AANA meetings. You can pick one that's closer to your house or that's more convenient for you. Do you understand that? Now, as I stated earlier, your case is being reset for trial. You're gonna get your reset. In court, once you get your reset, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. Gilthorpe, your reset will be sent to you. You're free to go and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, you're welcome.
There you go.
Thank you very much. He has to get, he can't leave now. He gotta get his bond conditions.
You need to make a copy?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a copy of your, when you read it from this.
Okay, the court will be in recess to 1 o'clock.
No.
Just.
We're done.
Huh?
We're done.
What we got? What she has?
She's doing a reset on.
They doing a reset?
So next,
On who?
Malcolm Buckley, next, Bruce is still next door at drug court, but we did enter a plea with Mr. Buckley this morning. He also sworn true, he pled true to, and we're gonna do an updated PSI.
Okay, so we're gonna reset it on the same date as PSI.
Yes, sir, that's what
Okay.
we're asking.
Here you go. She can make that, okay.
You want me to?
Yeah, unless you want us to copy.
We always sending letters.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, thank y'all. Y'all have a great day.
Andrew.
Yeah, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Okay. Go to be in recess. We have one more person.
No, we're done.
Okay. Okay, so we don't have any bond forfeitures? Well, we'll have to do those, when we come back.
You wanna do those at one? Okay.
Yeah, one, and we'll do them at 1:15. Okay, court will be in recess till 1:15.